Welcome back to another episode of the Equipment Room Exchange. I'm Tyler Tripodi. That's Jacob Patterson. Sitting over there in our producer spot is Mr. Zach Berger, who just let out a wonderful belch and then goes, "Are you ready?" and hits record.
Not Tyler. Zach, how was your Gatorade right there?
This is really good.
What flavor was your Gatorade?
It's lemon lime.
Lemon lime.
Guy. Now, viewers, you'll have to excuse me as I finish up my lunch. I'm just sitting here eating my spaghetti.
Eat it.
Big hungry guy. I guess I'll be taking the talking portion so far.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, we're back.
Guys, I don't know if you guys know
Kinda
this, but
back.
Jacob's in the danger zone right now.
No, please. No.
I'm throwing it out there. You just got to keep his head on the swivel. That's all.
I don't like how I'm in the danger zone.
Zach, does Jacob look like he's in danger?
Anyway.
Some say you're on the highway to the danger zone.
No Kenny Loggins.
All right, first thing on the agenda for today.
Dude, what kind of fighter jet would Jacob be? Like, think about that for a second, right? You know what I'm going? I think he'd be an F-22. What do you think?
If I knew fighter jets, I'd so agree.
Can we get a picture of an F-22 jet up, Jacob?
Probably. I'm gonna pull one up on
F-22.
here because I don't know which one that is.
Like, just let it swing in from the top and just strafe us and then take off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, can you actually Adobe After Effects it flying in, you two hopping in the jet, and then it flying out?
We'll just
No.
AI it.
Hey, AI, it's crazy.
Do it in post.
No. All right.
How's you?
Yeah. You know what? That's
That's
cool.
a great jet.
That's a cool jet. It's called the Raptor.
Mm-hmm. F-22 Raptor. I could see you being that.
It's got a.
Can we get opinions from the equipment rumors? Drop it in the comments. What kind of fighter jet would Jacob be?
It's got a Kobe set. Or Kobe set.
It's a model. In case anyone's curious, it's a model company.
Kobe.
Anyways, moving past that, equipment rumors, we do have to apologize. Well, we don't really have to apologize. We have to update you. We are sorry that an episode didn't go up this past week. Basically, what happened is Jacob's hard drive, what we record onto, broke. Because he was sitting at his desk, he got up, it fell off his desk, it hit the ground, and he goes, I hope that didn't break. And then he picked it up and walked off, and then a few days later we discovered it did, in fact, break. So, big sad for Jacob. If we could get some Fs in the chat for Jacob and some snaps for him, please.
Yippee.
Hey, we love you, buddy.
Heck yeah. All right. To the agenda. First thing on the agenda. Life update. Is everyone alive, guys? Are we alive? Do we think we're alive? Tyler, are you alive now that you're eating your spaghetti? Does that make you living?
This is bringing me back to life.
Okay. Yeah, because I've got.
It's been touch and go this week.
It's been a wild
Touch and
week,
go.
which we'll definitely be talking about.
We will. Touch and go.
Pieces of that week, but I'm assuming Zach is alive over there.
I'm alive.
Zach is alive. We're alive for the most part. I think we're gonna be okay as we get to go up into this weekend. Now, Tyler, I'm going to let you decide if you want to take what's next on the agenda, because this was what you created this morning.
Viewers, all I have to say is this. If anyone has been to Toronto and can confidently say that the city should continue to be allowed to exist, drop it in the comments. If not, begin petitioning your state and government and federal government leaders. Thank you.
All right.
Jacob?
I have no ill will towards the city of Toronto.
I do.
I know he does. I don't. So that's all him.
But for two reasons.
It's all him.
Hey, talk for a second. I got chew.
Okay. Big chewer over there. I would assume, I don't really know directly where this comes from. Like, is this centered around Blue Jays hatred? Is this just centered around?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's America's pastime, not Canada's pastime. Country, get out of here. Secondly, have you ever been to Canada?
No, I've not.
Jack, have you ever been to Canada? All right, I'm not going to lie. It's nice. It's a cool place. I enjoyed it. I won't lie. I won't hate. I will hate on Toronto, but I won't lie on Canada. It's a cool place. I had a neighbor. He was Canadian. His name was Brian. Shout out Patty and Brian. Love both of them. Brian has passed on, so R.I.P. to Brian. I hope he's living in the eternal afterlife because he was an awesome guy. But Toronto, he's not from Toronto, so I think I can confidently continue on this. The accent in Toronto is quite possibly the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. Have you heard the Toronto accent?
I mean, there was the video that Landon showed us this morning.
Was that
Is that the Toronto accent? Because
Well, that
that's
one-
probably the only one I've heard.
Some of their
Or at
slang
least no.
terms, if you'd
Okay.
like. Crody, wazzles. That sound familiar to you?
Nope.
No, that's
Never
because
heard
it's
that.
not a word. Nor should that be a city.
I'm
so,
gonna put that in my everyday
moving-
lexicon now.
You don't, because you got to search up the meaning for it
Oh,
first. and then
okay.
you can do
No,
that.
then I'm not going to.
I don't know what it means. I just have heard
all right.
Toronto people say it, and I've just thrown it out there
All right, we're
for
gonna-
food
we're
for
gonna
thought
see
here.
if this is-
Secondarily, the Toronto Blue Jays are stupid, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. Their mascot is a bird, and not a cool one, a murderous bird that eats other birds' babies and eggs. Fun fact about Blue Jays there. My grandmother actually tried to run one over with a lawnmower one time because it was stealing a robin's baby. Secondly, they're tied with us at the top of the AL East right now.
Wait, time out. Okay. First off, what was the other slang word that you said?
There's Crody. And
Okay,
then
I got
the
that
other
one.
Wazzles, I think it was.
Wazzles. Okay, and then second, did you just say that your grandmother ran over a blue jay at the lawnmower?
Attempted to.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I heard that correctly.
Listen,
Okay.
I want everybody to understand. Y'all want to know where I get my timing from? My
Okay.
grandmother. All right,
Okay.
one and the same. Shout out, Grandma. I love you. Anyways, Blue Jays also tied with the Yankees at the top of the AL East.
Yes.
And while I think we can go ahead and we can beat them to end out the regular season, I don't know for a fact. And I do know for a fact that if Toronto didn't exist, we would be winning the AL East. So, just throwing it out there. Jacob, back to you.
All right.
Me,
I
my
have
last
no
bite of
ill will
spaghetti.
toward Toronto.
I do.
I've never been close to Toronto. I don't know if
Also-
I ever will.
Also, Toronto,
I have nothing.
their biggest
against
export
Blue
is what?
Jays.
Drake? And he's a, child predator? So,
Not wrong. All
I'm
right.
just
Would
throwing
that
it out
be an
there.
ex?
Let's
that's
think about
interesting.
this. They've exported Drake music to the
okay.
rest of the globe, and Drake, in turn, responded to that rather gratuitous trade deal by talking to underage women. So I just feel like he's got a line that's like, "You were even bad in high school." That's that aged poorly. I'm just throwing it out there. Zach, am I wrong?
No, Crody.
Don't you ever do that to me again. Don't you ever do that to me again.
You're my Crody.
Don't do that. Don't do that to me.
All right. Anyway.
That was all about Toronto. We can move on.
The only thing I mean, I guess I like the Blue Jays in the sense that they gave me one of the best non-Astros playoff moments that I've watched. So
Okay,
that's the
I will
that's
say-
the one pass I'll give them.
I will say that's the
thing.
only thing that allows them to live is that Jose
Out, Jose Bautista.
Jose Bautista. That home run is one of the best ever.
Yes. And I appreciate that. Anyway,
I do.
speaking about the Blue Jays and
And
Toronto and baseball, fantasy baseball update.
Go Pope.
Woo!
It's not woo. It's not woo.
What do you mean it's not?
Well,
woo?
it was woo.
It
All
was
right.
woo.
The
All
episode
right.
lost to time. We were both very happy.
And you can continue on that. Talk about who did you?
So I went ahead and I obliterated
There you go.
the number one seed, Devin Bloomer. 262.5 to 163. That's 99.5 points for those of you who don't know math, like myself. Jacob wrote it out for me. Additionally, I had 11 players score more than 10.5, and then more than 10, and 5 players score more than 20. So my team for the first 2 weeks of the playoff just went absolutely crazy. They were the top scoring team both weeks, and that pushed me to the chip, where I will be going ahead and taking on the other side of this conversation.
Yes. Hooray. Did you see that Matt Olson got you 45 points last week?
I did. Did you see he's got me like -2 right now? So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
For me, because I obliterated Peyton last week.
You
It
did.
was not close.
did.
I took care of business 250.5 to 160.5. That's a win by 90 points. So I handily beat Peyton.
Is it 99 though? I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. It just didn't seem like it.
I also had 11 players score double digits. I had 4 score greater than 20. Jeremy Pena, RIP, had 31 points, even though he's no longer playing. Corbin Carroll had 27. Naylor 23. Gallon 27.5. Shout out to Diamondbacks / former Diamondbacks leading
He
my
just
team away.
Decided that he
And
wanted to
then-
be a good pitcher all of a sudden.
Of course. And then, so that set up an ERE Fantasy Baseball Championship for the second time. I when the inaugural season of the league, I took care of business and beat Tyler 214 to 138 in 2023.
My team got smacked around
in that one, and we were close to doing it again last week. I lost to Devin by a point last year in the semis, and you lost first round. You lost first round
in some of the biggest BS I've ever seen.
Yeah. But anyway, that's last year. We don't have to worry about
this is this year.
This is this year.
And you and me are back in the chip.
Yeah, so let me do an update on this because I checked it last night.
I believe I'm still down by 30.
Okay, so it's still within reach here.
It's within reach. My team has been struggling this week for some reason. We've made it all the way to Friday now, so we have 3 days left. And my team, for whatever reason, decided this is the week they wanted to go quiet again. Now, I will say, I am playing with house money. And the reason I say that is because my team was 12-11. Jacob is 15-8. Devin was 17-6. And Avon was also 12-11 that first matchup. But I'm not supposed to be here right now. You know, I barely got over 500, and somehow I've gone on a Cinderella run. So we're looking to close it out and win my first ever fantasy championship in any sport. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what Jacob's team ends up doing.
We'll see. We're doing all right so far. The offense has been kind of quiet. Overall, pitching's been what's carried me. Where am I looking for? This is what I want to go to. Thank you very much. I believe I've outscored Tyler. I think you outscored me yesterday.
I did outscore you yesterday, but that's the first day I've outscored you. Shout out Shota Imanaga getting -6.5 after being probably my best pitcher.
Actually, -8.5.
-8.5 after being one of my best pitchers all year.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But tough time for him to do that.
But good old Nick at the A's got you 12 yesterday.
Shout out Nick Kurtz.
Because he
Rookie
likes,
of the year, baby. Rookie of the year.
He likes destroying the Astros.
And he loves ripping the cover off the baseball.
That is what he likes to do.
Shout out Nick Kurtz.
Anyway, it's let's see if I'm doing quick math here. I believe it is a 37.5 point game right now.
You would be correct in that.
So we're still within reach for Tyler. I can still close things out. I got plenty of juice. I got some pitchers. Plenty of pitchers pitching this week. I know Tyler has plenty of pitchers pitching this week.
I want to point out that the only reason I'm down this bad right now is a combination of Shota Imanaga not doing his job. If Shota Imanaga gets 5 points, all right, and freaking Nick Lodolo of the Cincinnati Reds doesn't get 21.5. Let me just say that again for the viewers who are listening here. Nick Lodolo of the Cincinnati Reds got 21.5 points yesterday. And between those two, Jacob then picked up almost the entire point spread that he has on me right now.
I mean, kind of, yeah, but it's
add 21.5 to 12.
I understand that, but that's not the only reason because there's been other guys that have gone crazy. Like you had Jesus Luzardo go for 20.5.
Yes, sir.
And I picked up Justin Verlander on Monday, who had been on the tear recently, and he got -8.5 playing the Cardinals. So it's not just been that one thing. Like there's been things that haven't gone my way.
Let me hate on Nick Lodolo.
All right, you can. I'm just gonna make sure and specify that that's not the only reason why I'm winning.
Dude, if Jacob loses, by the way, in this fantasy championship, and we get the comeback for the Tulsa Sewer Mouses, just know it's gonna be bad. Just know it's gonna be bad.
All right.
Jacob's gonna shoot me.
Okay. Anyway, I think we'll put the pin in baseball for now. I'm sure we'll have a lot more baseball to talk about next week.
We definitely will.
Because that's when playoffs will be starting. But we'll hold off on that for now. We're gonna switch gears and switch sports, and Tyler's whispering things to Zach.
I was just perhaps mentioning that you would execute me live on ERE.
Maybe depends on the
Notice how he
context.
didn't say no, viewers.
Exactly.
Notice how he didn't say
exactly.
No. I want to put that out.
You threatened me at the beginning of the episode. I have to.
What are you talking about?
You said I was in the danger zone.
Yeah, but not for being executed.
And
I just said
it's
perhaps maybe the tickle monster's around. That's all.
It's still a threat.
Just want Jacob to know what kind of timing.
All right, we're moving to college football. We're moving on to college football. There was some almost earth-breaking news happening on Tuesdays. Tyler and Zach, you can also, of course, factor in this conversation because you were more at the center of it because I was busy with classes all day. Y'all were all over campus, though. I'll let you go ahead and take point on this to start.
I've never sprinted around this campus so much. And I don't mean run, because the viewers know I've been running recently, all right? And I'm glad I have been, because I would have died otherwise. I was sprinting. I was full one of these, okay? Because on Tuesday, we found out that morning that Mr. Michael Gundy of the Oklahoma State football team, was no longer of the Oklahoma State football team. Chad Weiberg informed him that he would no longer be the coach. He was being let go. The university did decide they will honor his $15 million buyout. Well, I don't think they really decided.
Yeah.
Mike Gundy said, you're going to pay me the buyout.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just retire. So you're going to pay him the buyout. But that's breaking news. And as the news director, I got to be on top of that. But more importantly, the sports director, Mr. Zach Berger, had to be on top of that. And on top of that, he was. Zach Berger put up a GOAT-level performance on Tuesday, bringing the news of that firing to people all over this state, all over Texas, all over Connecticut even. Round of applause for Mr. Berger. Round of applause for Mr. Berger. Zach, do you want to give us your experience? I'm going to flip a camera on you so you can do this properly.
Okay. I got to make sure I'm well for the camera. Yeah. Okay. I still got a TD myself.
I believe that's my camera. So I believe that's cam 3.
I like how crooked it looks. It's very fun. No, if you just grab the leg, the far bottom, the other one. Oh, yeah, there you go. It's pretty hot. There you go. Oh, shit.
He's just in darkness. Hold on.
No, I
got you.
This is gonna be a full.
I kicked something.
This is gonna be. And Zach's just gonna be blue. There we go.
Wow. Yeah, no, so we were sitting in 317, and someone said that he got fired. That's a bright light. Someone said that he got fired, and I was like, who said it, And they said it was Boone Pickens State, which, no hate, but, no, I don't trust that. And then they were like, Robert Allen said it, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess Robert knows. So, no, and then, yeah, it got confirmed, and, just kind of sprinted home. Definitely sped. Happy there was no cops in my way. Had to.
Listen to the police.
Doesn't, I can't say that. Threw on the suit, threw on makeup, ran out to Sherman E. Smith, filmed the hit, and then we were just kind of in the war zone for the rest of the day, getting inside information, figuring out about as much info as we can, filming stuff, getting ready, going to the press conference, then did a long live hit, and yeah, that's all I got.
Sounds like you were very busy.
Yeah, very busy.
He's gonna cut to the wide shot, and then there's gonna be no one there. It's really funny. No one there.
But yeah, it was a good time.
All right. I'm here.
Hi
guys.
It was hectic though.
Yeah, I bet it was. I mean, just I know what happens whenever y'all aren't present in 317 for most of the day. And obviously, given the news, I understood that y'all were going to be hectic all over the place. But man, it was definitely a madhouse whenever I tuned in or got done with my classes for that day, which I had 4 on Tuesdays. So shout out not being able to having to go to class while processing this at the same time. But yeah, it's some pretty big news. Tyler, do you have what are your thoughts on the move itself?
On the move itself, it's the right move. I think everybody around this campus is aware of the fact that it is the correct move. Mike Gundy, and I do want to say what everybody else has been saying. I don't want to take away from Mike Gundy at all. Mm-hmm. Zach Berger said it in his live shot. Mike Gundy was Cowboy football. Chad Weiberg said it in his presser. Mike Gundy has spent more than half of his life with Cowboy football as a coach, as a quarterback. He was here for some of the greatest sustained success this university has ever experienced. And I want to make sure that Mike Gundy gets his flowers because of what he meant for this school, because of what he meant for that program, but also because of what he meant to Cowboy fans. Obviously, I became an Oklahoma State fan when I got here freshman year. So I've only experienced the last 4 years of Mike Gundy, which hasn't been the best, but, we've also seen some pretty high highs. But getting to talk to people like Devin and like Peyton and like Landon, who have been here for a majority of the Gundy era and have been fans for a majority of the Gundy era, and hearing their memories and hearing their thoughts on it, it really, kind of tunes you into the fact that while his tenure didn't end maybe the way he wanted it to, and while maybe it didn't end the way that the fans wanted it to, the majority of his tenure was the greatest football this university has ever seen, and I want to make sure that's highlighted. With that said, he did not play his cards right in the NIL era. It's as simple as that. Obviously we're not going to be like Oregon with a $40 million roster, but Chad said it in the press conference. This is a well-funded university. We have donors who are supporting this program, and that's not an inexpensive team on that football field. And he's right. It's not an inexpensive team. It's what, $7.5 million, something like that. That's a lot of money for a college football team. You know, I know we hear those numbers like Georgia and Bama and Oregon and Ohio State and, you know, Michigan spending $12 million on a quarterback. I understand that. But $7.5 million is not an inexpensive amount of money. However, with that said, $15 million is not an inexpensive amount of money either. And my question is, because Chad did say this in the press conference, that the university would be paying for it out of the revenue share and things like that. And I asked him, I said, you know, did you get donor support on the buyout? And he said, I didn't ask for it, which tells me he might not have asked for it, but it was offered. Whether or not they took it, I don't know. That'll, you know, we'll hopefully find that out through an open records request at a later date. But I'm curious to see, with the new coach coming in, whenever they decide who that's going to be, if we do see more donor support for the football team at the university, if we do see this kind of reinvigorate fans a little bit to put their money where their mouth is when they say they want Cowboy football to be successful. And I don't know. We'll see.
I think it's important to note here as well in that NIL conversation. I forget where I saw it, and I forget who said it, but it was a reputable source that said that Steve Lutz, men's basketball, had higher NIL like income, like money going in than the football team. And there are some universities where, yeah, that's expected. We're not one of those universities, and that's incredible that something like that were to happen. I mean, that's great for Cowboy basketball, but that's more so an indictment on the Cowboy football, the state of that.
But also, I want to throw this out there. I went to an OU football game this past weekend.
Yeah.
Shout out Hudson Cock, by the way, friend of the show. Love
Shout
Hudson.
Out. Yes.
He played his heart out at OU and those nasty Normans through the help of those refs who the SEC had to release a statement on behalf of. Were able to walk out of there with a victory, which I was not so happy about. But Hudson played his heart out, and so we're very proud of him. However, I was there. You would not. Well, both of you have been to a game there, right?
I have. Yes.
You haven't. Okay, you have.
Yeah, I went to Bedlam in 22.
There's not a single thing there that's not branded, has a some sort of marketing aspect to it. The penalty flag has a sponsor. The amount of money that pours into a program like that on a day like that, and you just don't see that with Cowboy football. You don't see the penalty flag marketing. You have the same kind of marketers. Heck, Chick-fil-A, their field goal challenge there. If you win the field goal challenge at OU, you get a year's worth of Chick-fil-A.
That's
Here,
crazy.
I think it's like $250 of what is it, Tostitos? Is that no, it's not. It's not them anymore. It's the grocery people.
I don't know.
I don't know. They do $250.
Yeah, it's like a gift card.
It's like a gift card. It's different levels. Like, you know. And part of that, to me, is the fact that Mike Gundy was responsible for both the administration of the Cowboy football team and being the head coach of the football team. I think you need to, because OU, I believe, has a general manager for their team.
Yeah,
right?
and OSU they have Kenyatta Wright.
Okay.
I believe I don't think his official title is general manager, but he was supposed to, and I believe he's taken over that aspect at least in the past calendar year. Zach, can you correct me if I'm wrong?
He's transitioning into being more of a general manager. When he came in last year, it was specifically to help with recruiting, but now I don't know if it's his official title, but he basically is the GM now, but that's fresh.
Yeah, well, that he will be the de facto GM with this new coach.
Yeah.
The issue was that Mike had the control of that. And I mean, NIL's been a thing since pretty much after COVID. So that's been 4 years that Mike's been roughly in control of that and in charge of raising support for that, and that has been largely on.
But I was gonna say, on the flip side of that, Steve Lutz, you always see him, you always hear about him talking with donors and going out and meeting with people and different stuff like that. And Gundy never really did that, to our knowledge at least. Maybe he did it behind the scenes.
Not to the scale.
And not
that's
to the scale
some
that
other
Lutz
people
is doing and everything. I mean, you know, I heard Alyssa Brandon. Did you watch her segment that she did with the I forget what the name of it was. She got invited to do a segment on a show.
He's a host of a
was it Steve Souza? Is that his name?
Big 12 Network.
Oh,
and
wow.
it was on his personal podcast.
He's on his personal
that's kinda
podcast.
cool.
So Alyssa did a great, and she did a phenomenal job. So shout out to Alyssa. But she said something there. She was like, Gundy, you know, his really only venture into the NIL market was he put QR codes on the back of helmets and immediately got shot down, and then he stopped trying after that. And it's true. I mean, he was not the coach for the NIL era. He's a great coach, but he's not the coach for the NIL era for those two reasons, but additionally because Mike Gundy relies on developing players. Yeah. And in order to develop a player, you need a player to stay for 4 years.
And that's not been the case for pretty much since the 2022 collapse. That has not been the case. You've had large roster turnover
every year.
Every year for that point. I 99%. There's a small percent of the population that think it was the wrong move. We're not going to get into that. I think most of
those people are wrong. I mean, let's just be honest.
Most population agree that it was time. I would more so say I disagree. I didn't like the timing of it.
No, the timing wasn't the best.
I didn't like the fact that, number one, you waited 4 days and allowed, I don't really know what goes on the inside, but you allowed your head coach to continue to operate like he was going to coach this next week, and then just halfway through the pre-gaming for Baylor, you cut him off like that and cut off the team.
You allowed him to do a press conference in which he said he wasn't going anywhere.
Exactly. I don't like the timing, and also, I don't know. I feel like I understand. Listen, you had the largest loss in Cowboy history since Oklahoma's been a state. 2 weeks. You have 2 weeks to prepare for your interstate rival that you haven't lost to in this century, and you haven't lost to at home since the 1950s. Yep. And you have 2 weeks to prepare for that. You'll lose that game. I understand why, but I feel like it would have been more appropriate to honor what he's done here, to be like, hey, he will not be returning at the end of the year. Because, listen, it's not like there's expectations going into conference. Like, telling everyone, the fact of the matter is there's no difference in if you didn't tell him he was going to get fired and you told him he was going to get fired and as a lame duck head coach. Yeah. There would have been no difference. You're still most likely losing every single conference game, regardless of whether or not you tell him he's going to get fired or not. I wish they would have made an announcement, because TCU did the same thing with Gary Patterson in 2021, I believe it was. Did the same thing there, but he was allowed to coach the remainder of the year out. And that way, I feel like, because the three of us were there for when the end of Tulsa game, but that stadium was empty by the end of Tulsa. Yeah. There wasn't a celebration that I would have liked that Iowa State for senior night. It would have been a packed house, because it would have not just been senior night, but it would have been the last time Mike Gundy was there. And I think we would have had a much larger celebration, and it would have been, I think, it would have been cool for more people to have been able to experience, hey, this is Mike Gundy's last game. Whereas now, a whole bunch of people left the Tulsa game, and I have a video of him walking off the field.
Hitting the OSU.
That's because I thought that was going to be his last game after that, but you didn't really know.
And here's the other thing: there's nothing stopping the university and Chad and everybody else from putting something together for that Iowa State game and having him come out and honor him. Yeah. But I do agree. I think he should have been given the opportunity to finish out the season, and I do see the university's point of being we just need to clean slate it, and we need to tell everybody, hey, listen, we're looking towards the future and everything. But I also agree with you. That
I understand the clean. I 100% understand why they fired him now, because you want to get the head start on the coaching search and the recruiting and transfer portal that you already now have a plan. The problem is you can do that without directly firing him. You can make the announcement, hey, he is not returning. You could have made the announcement on Monday, hey, he will not be returning as head coach. That you broadcast that to the world, but you can still let him coach out the remainder of his games.
But I think the problem, the one thing I will say, the problem with that is I do feel the university might have felt they could have backed themselves into a corner, because what do you do if all of a sudden, and I know this is a 1% chance, but what do you do if he Gundy magics his way into a bowl game, by the end of conference play, and all of a sudden you have fans who are like, well, hold on, he got it figured out, it's just rough, he's starting, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, maybe we'll stick with him, you talk your way out of that buyout. I know why they just wanted to rip off the band.
I do too. I just wish that they would have given him a chance for people to have been able to experience the last ride rather than be a very sharp cutoff. But fair. Understand to that. Quickly here, we can go and just talk about...
does not have a thought anymore, never mind.
Oh, did you have a thought?
No, I was going to say it also not legit yet, but could have a factor with the Weiberg extension.
That's true.
It's true. We don't know about that.
There is rumors circulating that Weiberg's extension was tied to Gundy's firing.
That's
nothing
a fair point.
confirmed.
Yeah. So anyway, that was the big news that's happening here. We'll spend a second on this because I don't really think it demands a lot of time. But no. OSU versus Baylor. Oklahoma State welcomes Baylor into town. Baylor's got one of the best offenses in college football this year. They can run the ball very well. They can throw the ball very well. They have a great quarterback. Jake Spavital and Dave Aranda have got that offense working. I had a little bit of hope because their defense has not been good this year. But with the way, you struggled to score 12 points against Tulsa. You're just not a competitive Power 5 offense this year. It doesn't matter how bad Baylor's defense is. You might put up a little bit of a fight this week. I don't expect it. I don't know. I don't really know what to expect anymore with them. I had predictions for Tulsa and Oregon that could not have been further wrong. And so it's like I could say I think they'll be put up a better of a fight, but they could honestly lose 41-0 on Saturday, and that just be what happens. That's what I expect is going to happen. I unfortunately won't be at the game. I got to work elsewhere. Well, I might be there for the beginning. We'll see. I won't be there for the full game though.
He'll be there for the beginning.
But that's kind of, I don't really expect anything crazy to happen. I would be shocked if there's a close game for the rest of the year. I don't think you're competitive with anyone else for the rest of the year. Tyler, do you have a thought about?
No, listen, they're going to get killed. Yeah. Let's be honest. I understand the idea of, well, hold on, new coach, maybe they're competitive, they try some things out, but Doug Meacham came out in the press conference, said they're not going to switch things up this week, said they're not going to switch things up this week. Moving forward, obviously, they probably will try to, but not this week. And also, Baylor's a good team this year.
Yes.
And we're not.
Yes, they are.
So... Simple math.
Yeah, we'll keep updates on how that's going to go throughout
Indeed
the year
we
because
will.
I'm sure
Indeed
there's
we
going to be
will.
something happens next week in terms of guys because there's also a 30-day transfer portal window after a coach gets fired. That opened up on Wednesday morning, and so
We'll see what happens.
and it's this week is game 4. You have 4 games. You can play 4 games before you get a red shirt if you're still eligible to have a red shirt like that. So I'm sure you'll see. It'll be interesting to see what happens there following the game this weekend. But speaking of good football teams. Are you ready, Tyler?
I'm ready.
Top 25 AP poll. We did this last week on the episode for the first time this semester.
It took me a while.
It took him a while,
I was struggling.
but unfortunately, Tyler doesn't have to live through that again because that episode's gone.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Here we go.
Let's start at the top. Number 1, they had
Ohio State.
Yep, they got 52 first place votes. They were the overwhelming favorite. They're
Penn
3-0. Penn State is not number 2.
Really? They dropped them?
They dropped him a spot.
LSU?
It's not LSU either. They also dropped a spot.
It's not Miami, is it?
It is Miami.
At 2?
Yep. Apparently, the AP people liked their win against Florida last week because they moved up from 4 to number 2 in the country at 4-0.
People who run the AP poll are stupid.
Yes.
They're journalists.
Yes.
Number
Number
3. 3. All right, 3. I'll take Penn State then.
Penn State's number 3.
Okay.
They were 2 last week. They dropped a spot.
4. I'll take LSU.
LSU, they were 3 last week. They dropped spots. Number 4.
Miami. Ugh. All
Number
right,
5.
5. Can I get Oregon?
It is not Oregon.
Really? Okay. Can I get SEC school?
It is an SEC school. They're undefeated.
It's gonna be Georgia then?
It is Georgia. They
Okay.
did not move last week. I believe they were idle. Number 6, getting 1 first place vote.
That I'll take Oregon.
That is Oregon.
Okay.
They did not move last week. They're 4-0. They got a first place vote.
7
I forget who
to me-
They beat Oregon State last week. Number 7,
7 to
undefeated,
me-
move up. They also got a first place vote. This one was a little surprising.
Okay, I have 2 thoughts on what 7 could be. 7 to me
Okay.
is either Indiana after they routed Illinois, or it's going to be OU because AP people love OU so much, and they're going to be like, oh, they beat Auburn. Eh.
Who are you going to go with?
I'll go OU.
It is OU. They moved up 4 spots,
knew it.
beating
I
Auburn
knew it.
last week at home. Auburn was ranked, and they got that first place vote. They're 4-0.
Yeah.
They're number 7.
I hate OU.
Number 8
Is that Indiana?
is not Indiana.
Okay, that's not Indiana. Would that be another SEC school?
It is not another SEC school. This school was number
Oh.
7 last week and dropped a
It was
spot.
number 7?
And I
It's
believe they
not
were idle
A&M?
last week.
Who am I forgetting? Gosh.
So, yeah, they did not play last week.
Is this a school I always forget?
Yes, I think so. A little bit.
ACC?
It is an ACC
Florida
school.
State?
It is Florida State.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
they did not play last week. Number 9, this
the-
team moved up a spot and did
Real
not
quick
play.
for the viewers, because you won't get to see last week's episode, it took me a good, 4 minutes to come up with Florida State.
It took him a long time.
All right, 9. Illinois is at 9, right?
Illinois
Last
was
week?
at 9 last week. They
Okay.
are obviously not at number 9 anymore.
Illinois never should have been at 9, and now another team I feel is going to be at 9 because they beat the team that was at 9. Is that Indiana?
It's not Indiana.
I was really hoping they would do that for me.
Nope.
Is that A&M?
It is A&M.
Okay,
They moved up a
okay.
spot.
I'll
They
take
did
that.
not play
I'll take
last week. Next team is number 10, our first non-undefeated team.
First non-undefeated team?
They beat the crap out of an FCS team last week. Not an
Did
FCS, FBS.
FBS?
Barely FBS.
Is this like
New FBS.
New FBS?
New FBS, as in past couple of years.
It feels like is that like a JMU that they beat up on?
It is not JMU.
Okay,
They did not beat up on
alright.
JMU.
I gotta come up with. Is this an SEC?
It
No,
is SEC.
it is.
Yeah.
Is this? Would this be a Bama if they started making their rise back
Not
again?
Bama.
No,
They
haven't?
have. Bama has been. Well, actually, they didn't make their rise last week, but they
Okay.
are on the rise.
I
It's
know.
not Bama,
And this
though.
is. Oh, is this Tennessee?
Not Tennessee.
Okay. This is a
Not
defeated of at
Tennessee.
least one loss.
One loss.
One loss.
I'll give you
SEC
that.
school.
SEC school.
Oh, is this the Longhorns?
This is Texas. They beat the crap out of Sam Houston State
Arch
last week.
Manning had his rebound,
And they, because of that, they
supposedly.
dropped 2 spots.
Well,
Number 11 is our biggest riser this week.
this is Indiana.
Indiana, who beat a top 10 team so bad that people are still saying Indiana's not good because they didn't beat any good teams. They beat Illinois so
That's
bad
crazy.
that people are like, Illinois is not good enough. It's not a good win
I've
anymore.
been saying
And so
for weeks,
Indiana's not
Illinois
good.
should not have been that high. Anyways, moving on. 12.
63-10, they beat Illinois last week.
Deservedly so. 12.
Number 12.
12. Can I get like a? Would this possibly be a Big 12 team?
It is a Big 12 team.
Is this Texas Tech?
This is Texas Tech.
Finally,
on
it's
the
not
road.
Iowa State. Let's go.
On the road, blew out Utah last week. It was a sloppy game
brakes
early,
off of 'em.
but they moved up 5 spots. They're still undefeated. Number
How-
13.
This is not another Big 12 school, right?
It's not another
Okay, I
Big
didn't figure
12
Iowa State would be
school.
that high up.
They-
13. Does it? This feels like this to me. This feels like an SEC school.
This is an SEC school, and I do believe they played last week. Yes,
To
they did.
me, this is feeling like the Volunteers.
It is not the Volunteers.
I was really hoping.
This
there.
team is undefeated.
Oh, this team's undefeated.
Yes,
But it's an SEC school.
SEC school.
Is this? There's no way this is Vandy, right?
It is not
Okay, I
Vanderbilt.
just had to
That's
make
not a
sure.
bad guess, but it's not
I just
Vanderbilt.
had to
Not
make
that high
sure. I
yet.
just had to make sure.
This team has
did you
started a
just bark at
backup
me?
quarterback for 2 weeks now. They're starting him again. They have a top 5 matchup this week.
I already went Georgia. Okay, no, I
Yeah,
was
no,
like,
Georgia's number 5.
he was barking at me. I was confused. So you started a backup?
Yeah, they're starting a backup right currently. It's not a notable starter and it's not a notable backup, although the backup has done very well, and they have a top 5 matchup this week as well. At home, they're hosting a team. This team is also
Is
they
this
have
the
a very
Bama Rise?
interesting. This is not the Bama Rise. This team
Okay.
has a very interesting head coach. Very interesting. It's
Zach's making hand signals at me. I'm not understanding.
this this
That's their thing.
this team. He is correct. This team, very very polarizing head coach. They're playing. I'll give you the team they're playing. They're playing LSU this week. They're hosting them.
they're
and
hosting LSU.
They're hosting LSU. And the funny thing is that the head coach's daughter is dating.
No, it's Ole Miss.
It's Ole Miss. Yeah,
We got to
there
talk
it
about that
is.
for a second. I'm taking the over on Ole Miss LSU all day long because Lane Kiffin's going to go out there airing it out. He's got to.
Lane, for context, Lane Kiffin's daughter, the head coach of Ole Miss, is dating the starting linebacker for LSU, Whit Weeks, who's
old
very
Whit.
good, very good. That's funny. They're at number 13. Number 14.
I'm sorry, real quick.
Yeah,
when
go
that
ahead.
news broke and I saw that,
Hilarious.
I laughed so hard. Because here's the thing. It's one of two options. Either Lane Kiffin has sacrificed his daughter for some deep state defensive information on Louisiana State University. Or number 2, Whit Weeks might be that guy. I'm
might
not
be.
going to lie. And if he is, I need the Cowboys to draft him because that's the type of swag I need at my mic, baby.
Wasn't Lane Kiffin also the guy though that DM'd that like ring girl and said roll tide?
Hey.
Probably. He's done a lot. Once again,
Runs
he's
in
a
the
very
family.
polarizing head coach.
Good old Kiff.
Anyway,
That's Ole Miss, though.
That's Ole Miss, number
That's
13.
crazy.
Number
Oh my
14, another undefeated team.
Is this a Big 12 team?
This is a Big 12
Is this
team.
Iowa State?
This is Iowa State, who
Poverty franchise.
struggled to beat...
Shocker.
Oh, no, they were on a bye last week. That's right. 'cause
The week
played
before they
London.
struggled to beat a dumb
Arkansas
school.
State, yeah. Number 15, this team did not move last week.
15 didn't move.
This is the
an
last
SEC
non-mover.
school.
This isn't... what?
Is this an SEC school?
This is an SEC school.
Is this Vandy?
Not Vanderbilt.
Is this Bama?
Not Bama.
Who else? Oh, this is Tennessee.
This is Tennessee.
This is the
3-1.
balls.
They, I believe, were off last. No,
Okay. What do we got? 16, 17 now?
Tennessee beat the brakes off of UAB. We're at number 16.
This is Vandy.
This is not Vanderbilt.
17 Vandy.
Nope.
Is 18 Vandy?
It might be.
All right, so 18's Vandy.
18 is
which
undefeated
means 16,
Vanderbilt.
17. One of those two is Bama risen that far?
Bama could be one of those two.
Is Bama 16?
Bama's not
Is
16.
Bama 17?
Bama is 17.
So it goes blank Bama Vandy, which means 16. To me, that
Moved up
tells
2
me
spots.
this is a Big Ten school.
Not a Big Ten school.
Is this an
team
ACC
beat
school?
the brakes off of an American conference team. You said
Breaks
what?
off of an American. Is this an ACC school?
This is the ACC school.
Would this possibly, perhaps, perchance even be Georgia Tech?
It is Georgia Tech.
Okay,
Georgia
so
Tech moved
Georgia
up 2
Tech,
spots
Bama,
after beating
Vandy.
Temple. They moved up 2 spots, 16. Bam did not play last week. They fell 3 spots to
Shocker.
17. And Vanderbilt is 4-0. They rose 2 spots. Was that South Carolina? They beat?
Shout out
No, they
to
beat.
ninth
They dropped
year.
70 on Georgia State.
Behind ninth-year quarterback Diego.
Number 19.
19 to me.
This team picked up a huge road victory. I did not believe they were up for the challenge, and they rose to that challenge.
Mizzou.
It is not Missouri.
19, is this an SEC school,
It is
though?
not an SEC school.
Is-
This
is-
team has a loss.
At least one?
At least one.
Is it more than one?
It is not more than one.
Okay, so it's
That
one
is, there
loss.
is no. Actually, I lied. There is a team with multiple losses. Right.
Okay, so one loss. Is this Big 12?
Not Big 12.
Okay, it's not Big 12. Is it Big 10?
It is Big Ten.
This is Big Ten school. Could this possibly be Michigan?
This is Michigan, who went into Lincoln and beat Nebraska last week.
Going to 20 now.
20 is undefeated.
This is undefeated.
Yep.
This feels like a Big 12 school.
This is not a Big 12 school.
Dang, I was going to say BYU.
Not BYU.
Is BYU ranked?
BYU is ranked, actually.
Okay.
They finally got there.
They're going to be around 23, 24 then. Let me go. Is this SEC?
We're at 20, right? Yes,
Yeah.
this is SEC.
Is this Mizzou?
This is Mizzou,
Okay,
4-0.
good deal,
They moved
good
up
deal.
3 spots. They beat South Carolina last week.
Shout out
behind no North
21.
Sellers.
21 to me feels like it could be another SEC.
Not another SEC
This is
school.
another Big Ten.
This is a Big Ten. They are undefeated. You struggled with one this last week, and I probably just gave you the nasty hint.
Is that Illinois?
It's not Illinois.
I didn't know. I just wanted to make sure they weren't still ranked. I struggled with them last week, and it's not Indiana. Oh! This is Southern California.
This is USC, moving up 4 spots after they did something last week. They
22.
They beat Michigan State in a very interesting game. Number 22.
East Carolina. I will come over there. 22. Can I get a Big 12 school here?
This is not a Big 12 school.
It's really worth a try. Can I get a SEC school here?
Nope.
Can I get a Big 10 school here?
Nope.
Is this an independent school?
This is an independent school.
Is this Notre Dame?
This is Notre Dame.
Why are they still ranked?
I don't know, but they
Who's
moved up
still-
2 spots off of a
who's
bye
still
week at
giving
1 and
them
2.
votes? They're not good. All right, fine.
They're
fine.
1 and 2. They've moved up 2 spots after not playing last week and have a losing record. Number 23.
Give me BYU.
Not BYU.
Is it a Big 12 school, though?
Not a Big 12 school.
So it's not Utah.
Nope.
Which means it's a Big 10 school.
It is a Big 10 school.
Which means it is... I'm using all the brain power right now, and there's not enough of it. New Big 10 or an old Big 10?
Old Big 10.
Old Big 10? It's not like... no. It's not Nebraska.
Nope.
It's not...
They lost last week.
Oh, that's right. They did lose to Michigan. It's not like something stupid like Rutgers.
It's not something stupid.
Is this a good Big Ten school? Is this like Purdue or something?
It's
like
not
that?
Purdue.
I just need to make sure.
Good is debatable.
Good is debatable.
That should give it away.
What region of the Big Ten am I looking at here?
West, but not West Coast, because that's new Big Ten, so they're West.
So the
I think.
western edge.
Kind of. They're kind of central western side.
Give me the Iowa Hawkeyes.
No. This team lost last week.
Who am I missing? Who am I not coming up with?
I have a statement that will give it away, but I don't know if I want to pull it yet.
Western edge of Big Ten schools.
It's not the Western. It's central. It's if you were to divide it into 3 regions, it would be central.
So I'm looking at
but
the
if you're going to divide it into
center.
2, it's going to be on the west side. I believe. I'm pretty sure.
So I'm looking at the center of Big Ten territory.
Let me get
Now,
a map because I'm not. I
These
don't really
bad
care
boys,
about
north, south. What are we thinking, Zach? They're south Big Ten, south center Big Ten. Going south center. We've gone Indiana. We've gone Illinois. We've got Ohio
split.
State. We've got Michigan.
Yeah, we're going to split the Big Ten in half.
It's not
It's going to be on the
Michigan
western
State.
side, but it's going to be in the central side.
Central West. That's like Ohio, Iowa. Who else is in there that I'm missing? You going farther west? You got like what? Nebraska, the Dakotas. It's not Minnesota. Like they're out.
You want me to give the giveaway hint? This will give it away.
Okay, well hold on. It's not Minnesota. It's not like Wisconsin or something like that, is it? Okay, no, they're out.
No, Wisconsin's bad.
Well, that's why I'm like I'm going through Big Ten schools on the western edge here now, or western central. Wisconsin's out, Minnesota's out, the Dakotas are out, Iowa's out, Illinois is out, Indiana's out, Michigan's out, Ohio's out, Nebraska. We've said it's not them. Genuinely, I'm trying to figure out who I'm missing on that. Who am I missing, Jake? Give me the hint. Go ahead.
This team is our biggest faller last week. They fell by 14 spots in the AP poll last week.
It's Illinois.
It is Illinois.
There's still. All right. Did I say Illinois?
You said it as in you're going through. You didn't make it as a guess. You just went through the region and said it's not Illinois. It's not this. It's not this. You said
Viewers,
it then.
I want it known that I knew that they were there. I want to know, and I didn't forget this school like I did USC and Florida State last week.
They're number 23.
All right, BYU next.
BYU's not next.
Is BYU 25?
BYU is 25.
This
It's
is another
3-0.
Big 12 school,
This is another
24.
Big 12 school.
Give me Utah.
It is not Utah. This team's undefeated.
Utah's not ranked anymore?
No, Utah is not ranked. Actually, they did not receive a lot of votes
That's
either.
tough. Big 12, undefeated.
Undefeated.
Could it possibly? Is Arizona State undefeated?
Arizona State's not undefeated. Remember, they
Okay,
lost to
all right.
Mississippi State earlier this year.
Right. We're still undefeated in the Big 12.
I'm
Zach.
curious how many guesses he's going to take to get this one.
Houston, are they undefeated?
Houston is undefeated.
Is it Houston?
It is not Houston. They have not yet. They did not receive votes this week.
Right?
That's solid guess. They might be there in a couple weeks if they keep winning.
All right, Baylor's got a loss. Texas Tech, we've already guessed. Utah's out. BYU's up there already. You figure.
24.
Ooh, is it another Arizona school? Is it Arizona?
Arizona, I believe, is undefeated, but it is not Arizona.
Okay,
it's not the Wildcats.
I couldn't remember who lost them, so it's not the Wildcats.
Did not get any.
It's not the Cougs. TCU's got a loss, right?
TCU does not have a loss.
But it's not TCU, right? Is it TCU?
It is TCU. They're 3-0. They have a win over. They have a win over UNC, which it's not a great win, but Power 5 UNC and Power 5 SMU.
TCU.
They're 3-0.
Those aren't good Power 5 schools.
That's Power 5 schools. That's more Power 5 wins than BYU's got.
Listen.
That's more Power 5 wins than Notre Dame's got, or Illinois. But
Listen,
anyway,
we got the AP
25.
Top 25. Got it done. It's what we do out here.
All right.
Keeping it pushing. ChatGPT. What is this?
This is the little new segment I've called.
Okay.
I've kind of created. This is going to be rapid fire. I've got ChatGPT got me some questions. Just rapid fire, random PG questions, mind you. I made sure of that.
Why did you have to specify?
And I don't know, because I didn't know what the AI was gonna pop up here.
We run a family establishment.
We do, and I wanted to make sure that ChatGPT knew that. I just wanted to make sure. And so they've got questions. I'm going to ask you some of these questions, and it's not, you don't have to spend a lot of time with. But the first one, I think this is a good one. Which cartoon character would you trust to fix your car? And don't do a silly gimmick one. Like, don't do Handy Manny because he's the tool guy. Don't do that.
But I would trust Handy
Oh,
Manny
no,
to fix
but
my
like,
car.
don't do something like that.
Dude,
like, that's a cop-out answer.
How about Bob the Builder? Is that
That's
allowed?
a cop-out answer. You can say those, but it's a cop-out answer.
Thomas
that's not
the Tank Engine. Let me think about it. I don't know. All right. You know what? Actually, I do have one.
Okay.
The person that the cartoon character that I would trust to change my tire, Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars.
Okay.
If I can't have Anakin Skywalker, if I can't have Anakin Skywalker, I will be taking Fred from Scooby-Doo.
Okay. All right. You know, that's an acceptable one. I'll take that one. All right. Another one I've got. If animals could talk, which one would be the rudest?
I feel like cats is a cop-out answer, but cats for sure.
Yeah, cats is up there.
I got to keep my opinions to myself on that because that could cause some chaos. I'm gonna go ahead. You know what? Actually, you know who it would be? It'd be sloths.
Sloths.
Sloths would be punks. I know they would be. You ever looked in their eyes? You know what's in there? Hatred. That's what's in there.
All right.
Sloths.
They're
a cardinal sin.
What's the most random item in your room right now? It can be anything.
A race car helmet.
Heck yeah. You want to give any context for that? Tyler, you seem to be laughing super hard.
Zach knows why I'm laughing.
All right. I don't know the context of this, but Tyler's going to go off camera really quick as he spews his water. All right. We got a couple of food-related ones, and then we can move on.
Okay.
The first one I've got is, what's the best snack to eat at midnight?
Best snack at midnight? Dude, give me some Oreos, dog.
Okay,
I
that's
love
a good
Oreos.
one. That's a good one.
Stop looking at me, Zach. Zach knew what my answer to that one was, too.
Yep, all right. What's the weirdest
Family
food?
establishment.
Yes, exactly. I was going to preface that, but I was just, you know what? All right. What's the weirdest food you've ever tried?
Weirdest food I've ever tried?
Yes.
Ooh, probably eyeball.
For an eyeball.
Sheep's eyeball.
All right. Interesting. And then...
actually, I take that back. One time... Actually, no, never mind.
All right.
Never mind. That'd be rude. I won't say that.
Okay. If you could teleport anywhere for lunch, where are you going? No. No.
Wherever Peyton Little is. I would love to have lunch with Peyton Little. I miss Peyton Little. Or Devin Bloomer. Or Steve. Or
that's a
Adrian,
good answer.
Or any of them.
I like
that's
a good answer. Good answer. All right. Last one I'll do. Oh, wait.
Or Chili's.
Okay, yeah, of course.
I love Chili's.
Last one I'll do. If you could instantly master one skill, what would it be?
I would love to master the ability to play the bagpipes. Everybody knows
That's a
I love
good one.
the bagpipes.
That's a good
I'd
answer.
love to know how to do that.
All right, that's the questions I've got. The rest of them are a couple weird ones. We'll see what
hold on.
ChatGPT
What do you
goes
mean
next
weird
week.
ones? Give me one.
I don't. Well, like I know we've done the would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses.
Dude, horse-sized duck, light work. Keep it pushing.
Let's see.
Kicking that thing in the
Pizza
throat.
or tacos for the rest of your life. That one's easy
Pizza.
for him. It's pizza. And for me, it's
Dude,
pizza.
love pizza.
And then the other one was would you rather always have to talk in rhyme or always sing instead of speak?
Talking rhyme. I do that sometimes now.
Yeah,
All right, go ahead.
That
All
one's
right,
not
that's
great.
I get that.
I was like, those aren't great, so I was like,
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. All right,
Viewers, you know what time it is. It is time for the chicken nugget of the week.
What do you think this is? Chicken nuggets? Hey! You munch donkey!
Spin move. Jacob, would you like to start off?
Yeah, you already alluded to it earlier today. I will make the chicken nugget of the
Silly
week
goose over there.
is myself because I dropped my hard drive on last Friday trying to put it in my bag because I was hurriedly rushing to get my stuff together so we could go to the football game, and I dropped it on the floor. And I've dropped it on the floor a couple times. Once or twice maybe, and it's normally been fine. And dropped it again, and then this time it just didn't connect. It didn't turn on Monday. So whenever I did that, so I'm gonna do that myself for being clumsy and dropping stuff
Big
on
stretch.
the chicken nugget of the week. Tyler, what's yours?
It's okay, Jacob. We still love you. My chicken nugget of the week is the same chicken nugget of the week it has been for almost this entire semester. We have a fine update for our favorite equipment room customer who's going to be funding a new camera by the time the semester's over. The fine update is that the chicken nugget of the week that we've been talking about is now up to $625. So, equipment roomers, if you care about this horrific person, you should go ahead and pray for them to return that camera soon.
There you go. All right, keeping it moving. I got ERE. You ready to chat?
Hit me. Ready?
You ready to-
You ready? What?
Oh.
Send it back.
Whoa. Are you ready to chat? Because we got the conversation of the week.
Hit it.
Actually, I have two conversations of the week. One's not listed because
Okay.
I thought of this on the walk over here.
Sure.
The first one was the conversation of the week for the lost episode.
This was less of a conversation and more of a PSA. People,
Yes.
we just want you to remember your Instagram likes are public, okay? We can see what you're liking, okay? And when you like some foul and heinous stuff,
and freaky.
you need to call that out.
Yes,
We
I
can
do.
see it.
I
We
do.
can see it. All right? And so can all your other followers. So just
Yes.
be conscious of that.
Yes.
Be conscious of that.
So be careful. All right.
Yeah.
I don't need to see certain things. I just don't. Anyway, the
Yeah,
other
Zach.
one. Yeah, Zach. You be liking some.
Don't put that on me.
Put that on
Don't
you.
put that on me.
Put that on you.
Stop.
Okay, fine, I guess.
Fine. All right.
All right, anyways.
The other one I want to bring up because this pissed me off. The people riding around on bikes throughout
kick.
campus or scooters, y'all need to calm down. Like, y'all need to chillax. If you are riding your bike and I can hear the hum of your bike tires through my AirPods when you're driving too fast. Just stop. Slow down. It's not you're not in a rush. You're not in a hurry. Just slow down. You don't need to be going that fast in pedestrian areas. You know where the areas where everything interconnects in the
I do.
library?
I do.
You don't need to be driving. You don't need to be riding that fast through there. And that same with the scooters. I almost got hit yesterday with a bike walking to my car because no warning, no anything. I just started to slow down, I was checking to see if a car was coming down the street, and he just zooms by me on the right side of this narrow sidewalk. And I'm like, dog, if I was in the middle of the sidewalk, you would have hit me. And you had no warning, no nothing. And I was really angry. And
At what
that's
point do we start passing out leg kicks? You know what I
really
mean?
making me mad. Like, I understand if you're a bike person and you like traveling via your bike, he's one of them.
I am.
He could have when we were walking to my car one day, he rode up behind us. He could have messed with me. Could have never said anything, but he was still nice in a way and told us to politely get out of our way so we could zoom by. That's okay. That's acceptable. And that was funny when you did it because you did it in a funny voice. That's okay.
Yeah, I pulled up behind him. I went, on your left.
Yeah.
And then Jacob got agitated and like turned around like these gosh darn bicyclists. And then he saw it was me and he was like,
Yeah.
oh, haha.
Yeah, see, that's okay. That's not, I mean, it's still irritating, but that's okay. But,
I think we just need to agree bicyclists aren't people.
you just don't
I think if we can just establish that, like
and
I
scooter
understand,
people, like I don't, you're not
you're not a
cool.
pedestrian.
You're not cool,
but
if
you're
you
not
have
a
scooter.
car, which means you don't exist, and no
Listen.
one likes you. And That's why your family doesn't love you.
If you think I should be okay with you zipping past me on your bicycle going to class or on your scooter going to class, whatever, then you keep that same mindset when you're slowing me down in my 2-ton vehicle and you're really making me mad. All right, you better watch yourself. All right. I'm not gonna do anything.
Jacob's talking mess out here, bro.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're gonna hit me.
These people have families, Jacob. Let them know.
If you think you're gonna hit me, you think I should be okay with sharing the road here, and I should be just fine with that, man. You better get out of my way too.
Jacob Patterson almost just turned this into a Jay Cutler edit. Let me tell you something.
Right.
Jay Cutler, just hit somebody.
I did almost clothesline a scooter guy today.
Do it.
On
Do
accident.
it. Do it. They're not people.
I was wearing the tripod on my back, and it was sticking out the side, and it was 3 of us walking back on a tiny sidewalk, and of course the scooter guy is going down the middle of the sidewalk.
Casual.
Yeah.
It was close.
Anyway.
Should have done it.
Any more comments?
okay?
I'm fine. Oh,
All
no,
right,
I'm fine. I just needed to raise the
I have
energy
no more
for that.
comments.
I'm okay.
No, you're good. I have no more comments, which
All
I
right.
believe brings us to kind of the final segment. Of the show
Did
here.
you get it? Did you get a text from him?
Oh.
Did you get a text from him? Did you text him to begin with?
I may have forgotten to text him. I got distracted. Hold on, because he works today.
That's true.
I'm not going to cold call him at work. I just texted him. I said, "Are you at work?" We'll see what he says. Now, instead of a draft, this week we're going to do a little challenge for Jacob. He hit me with ChatGPT questions. We're going to do a challenge. We're going to see if Jacob can name 10 national parks. Now, not things in the national park system. We're talking about 10 of the 63 designated national parks. So, Jacob, I am going to pull up a list of all of the national parks.
All right.
I do know a majority of them.
Okay.
So I feel like I should be okay, but I just want to have this as a reference. Now, I would like for you to go ahead and name me 10 of the 63 national parks.
All right. So, obviously, Grand Canyon is a national park.
Grand Canyon National Park, that is correct.
I believe that Yellowstone, that's
Yellowstone
a
National Park, that is correct.
All
We're
right.
at 2.
Now, I'm going to go to the 3 that I know I visited.
Okay.
Bryce Canyon National Park
That
in
is 3.
Utah.
Yep.
It's Zion National Park,
Zion
also
is
in
correct.
Utah, and Coral Reef National Park. It's also in Utah.
I will give it to you.
I've been to all 3 of those, so that puts me up at 5. I've also been to Yellowstone. So
Yellowstone, I hear, is beautiful.
it is a very nice place. I took a couple of long hikes through there. Now here's where it's gonna get tricky for me, because is there like a Rocky Mountain National Park or something?
Rocky
Like the
Mountain
Rockies?
National Park is correct.
Okay, I
in
was like,
Denver,
okay.
outside of Denver.
Okay, so I've been to the Rockies. I've climbed around the
Also,
Rockies a little bit.
just for clarification for the viewers before you comment, Jacob was talking about Capitol Reef National Park. However,
did I say Coral? I say that. Okay.
I didn't want to be I knew what he was talking about.
Yes, Capitol Reef. Yes, I say that all the time whenever I'm referencing that trip. I went there, 2018, Utah. Capitol Reef, not Coral Reef.
Capitol Reef.
I ran through that canyon in 90-degree heat and then threw up later that night.
Big runner.
Because I was dehydrated. That's a
All right,
funny story.
go ahead,
Anyway, so we're at
continue.
6.
We're at
Does
6.
that mean is there like an Appalachian State Park or something for the mountains?
So there is.
Is that not the name?
It is not called Appalachian Mountain State Park
Okay. All right.
or national park, but there is national parks
In
that mountain range.
Crap. Okay. What are the freaking? There's
You can do this, Jacob. I believe in you.
There's the forest with the tall trees.
There's a lot of forests
Okay.
with tall trees.
Let me finish.
Hey,
All
he's
right.
cooking, folks. He's cooking.
There's a forest with the tall trees in California. I know that's not going to be enough to give it to you, but or is it Redwoods? Is that one? Is the Redwoods National Park? Is that one of them? Oh, what is the?
I don't believe. Yeah. See.
Can I at least look? Can I look up the big tree?
There it is. Okay, I just wanted to confirm. Redwood National Park.
Okay, so
He's on the list.
Yes. All right, that's 7. Is Big Bend National Park?
Big Bend National Park is correct.
I have not
in
been there, but my
Texas.
relatives have been there.
Big Bend
I was
is
like,
the largest dark sky preserve in the world.
Yes. Okay, so I'm at 8.
Or at least in the country. I think the world, too.
I'm
All
at
right,
8.
go ahead. You're at
Where
8.
else?
2
That's
more.
like- I'm doing everything west of the Mississippi because that's the only thing. That's where most of them are, right? West of the Mississippi.
That is correct. Most of them are west.
Oh,
There's a couple east, though.
is like Mount Rushmore? Is that area a national park? Mount Rushmore. I don't know. It's probably
Mount
not its
Rushmore is not a national park, but there is a national park that's near Mount
name. Okay,
Rushmore.
I'm not gonna be able to guess that.
There's just the one that's near it.
I'm trying to think. Are there any like really super duper obvious ones I'm forgetting?
Yes,
Okay,
there is.
great.
Some of the more popular ones that you are perhaps forgetting.
Yeah.
I would say go ahead and throw. Have you ever heard of Half Dome or Big Sur?
No.
Okay, well, that doesn't really help. There's a very popular one in California. There's actually two very popular ones in California. you're missing. One of them is actually the first name of a cartoon character from Looney Tunes. His second name is Sam.
Oh, Yosemite?
Yosemite is correct.
Okay.
Yosemite National Park.
I can never remember if that's like an actual national
There's
state
also
park.
a very large nature area in Florida that you're missing. There's a large mountain.
What is
in
like the Everglades?
Everglades National Park.
Oh, that's a national park?
Correct.
Okay.
Some other
See, I
popular
didn't know,
ones.
because there's some of these where I'm like, is that a national park or is that just like a name of a region?
Some
Like,
other ones you're missing. Denali National
know,
Park in Alaska.
with the
tallest mountain.
Yeah, Mount
in-
Denali. Okay.
Or I guess it's Mount McKinley now, technically. Glacier National Park in Montana, also a very popular one.
I think I might have been there before.
Right next to Yellowstone, you have Grand Teton National Park.
Yeah.
Also a very popular one. Katmai, where Fat Bear Week is currently going on. More on that in next week's episode.
Okay.
Death Valley National Park in California.
Okay, that was another one where I was like, okay, I know there's like that desert there, and it's like that could be one, but I didn't guess.
Olympic National Park in Washington, a personal favorite of mine that I want to go to, have not been yet. You wouldn't have gotten Dry Tortugas. You wouldn't get Mount Rainier. Well, Mount Rainier.
Okay, I didn't know that was
Washington, I think
national.
you
I didn't know
could
that
have
was
gotten,
national
actually.
park. I know the mountain though.
Big Ben, you got Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico.
I love the Carlsbad
which I was
Caverns.
going to say, which I know you've been to.
Also, I haven't been to them. I've driven through. I've driven through the town.
driven through.
I've
that's
driven
what
through
it
the
is.
town. I haven't been to them. I do want to go there.
One of my favorite places on the planet, Acadia National Park, which
Yeah.
you've heard me talk about. The Cascades. The one you were getting at from Mount
Cascades.
Rushmore is the Badlands National Park.
Okay.
Some other popular ones that you might have missed. No, you wouldn't have gotten that. 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 You weren't going to get that. You weren't going to get that. Joshua Tree in California. Joshua Tree National Park.
Okay.
Also in Tall Tree Land, Sequoia National Park. Big tall tree guy.
Big tall tree. Shout out
and
indoor.
then the two that you were trying to get in Acadia or in the Appalachians is Jesus. Great Smoky Mountains.
Okay, in
North
Tennessee,
Carolina,
yep.
And then Shenandoah.
Okay, I might have been able to get those.
You could have gotten those.
I could have gotten those names at some point.
Additionally, I will also say that you probably could have gotten Saguaro National Park with cacti.
That sounds. Yeah.
Also in West Virginia, near the Appalachians, is New River Gorge, though I don't think you were getting that one. Then I would have also expected you to get the Guadalupe Mountains in Texas. I was thinking you could get.
Maybe.
And then finally,
I might have gotten some of these if it had been more. I was just gearing for 20. So
Gateway Arch, which is where the
I've
Lewis
heard
and
of
Clark
that one.
expedition
Yeah,
kicked
I've
off
heard of
from in
that.
St. Louis.
I've heard of that one.
And yeah, the only other one that I think you might have gotten is Hot Springs in Arkansas.
Okay.
But not bad. Now we do have a special guest joining us here on the show here.
Let's go.
So we'll
Close
finish
out.
We'll finish up with
Close
this to
this
close
out.
out here.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Little. You are on speaker here at the Equipment Room Exchange to catch you up on what's been going on. Yay! To catch you up on what's been going on. Jacob managed to get 10 national parks. Did pretty good. Out of the possible 63 answers, he did try and call. He tried to combine two national parks and call them Tall Tree Land.
No,
But I'm kidding. He
I
didn't
did
do that.
not.
I love Tall Tree. That's my favorite Super Mario level.
So good, so good. Now, Mr. Little, obviously you are aware of why we're calling you. And it's
I
because
am
you're
very
beautiful.
aware.
But the viewers might not be aware that every week we try on Fridays, if Mr. Little is free, to call him and find out what Peyton Little is having for lunch. Cute graphic. Peyton, me, Zach, and Jacob are here. We are each going to ask one question, and then we will each take one guess. Today we will do it in reverse order, and we will start with Mr. Burger.
I just have to preface real quick. Okay?
Go ahead.
It's not a place this week.
Okay, it's not a place.
Okay, so
It is
we're
a
just
dish.
getting
Eating
it's dish.
at my home.
Okay, he's giving
Okay.
us the free information that he has not gone out. It is at his home.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Burger, what is your question?
Would you eat this at a picnic?
No.
Not a picnic food. Okay. Jacobius.
Did you heat this up in a microwave?
Yes, but it was originally cooked in an oven.
Okay.
Originally cooked in an oven, heated up in a microwave, not a picnic food. Mr. Little, the final question from the three of us here.
Mm-hmm.
Is this food contain is this food centered around a meat or protein base?
Yes.
Okay.
But
All right.
can also be vegetarian if you so choose, but I would say it is mainly focused around protein.
Okay. Mr. Burger, you are on the clock.
Interesting. He said.
I have a guess. I think I know.
don't really have a
He said
realistic guess.
it basically doesn't need meat, but it's surrounded around.
But the version he's eating is centered on meat.
Yeah,
I would say
I don't really
most
know what
of
that
the
means.
time it is centered around meat.
Give me a chicken pot pie.
Going
Okay.
chicken pot pie from Zach. Jacob?
This one doesn't fit the full criteria, but I don't really have a better guess. I'm gonna go lasagna.
Lasagna. Okay,
Yeah.
not a bad guess. I'm also going to keep it with the Italian-American cuisine, and I'm going to go, this was a frozen pizza that he heated up in an oven and then reheated in the microwave, and I believe it to be a meat lover's pizza.
Ooh, I like. That's not a bad guess.
I'm not gonna lie. If you would have called me yesterday, you would have been exactly on the money, and I find them.
No!
Good thinking on the Italian. It's a little more. Think Central America, south of the border. My mom made enchiladas.
Okay. All right.
Mrs. Little made enchiladas.
Heck
that have been
yeah.
reheated.
So they're
That sounds awesome. That actually sounds really
beef
good. I am
enchiladas.
starving.
You know, like they could be vegetarian because you can get cheese. You can probably get a vegetable
true.
enchilada, but mainly. I was trying not to throw you guys off.
He's trying,
No,
he's trying to explain after Chipotle Gate.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Chipotle gate. Yeah, there was some
It's not my finest hour, so I really wanted to make sure I was very thorough.
there was some rules filed after Chipotle gate, but it's okay. No, I believe the clues this week were all wonderful. Snaps to Mr. Little. Snaps to Mr. Little.
Yippee,
Being a
yippee.
wonderful person he is. And I would say, well done, stumping us for another week, Mr. Little.
There we go.
You're welcome, of course. I would say if any lesson is learned at the end of this, I think Tyler gets a half point for guessing what I ate for lunch yesterday, because that's kind of funny.
Heck yeah.
Zach said no. Pretty vehement no, actually.
It's almost like the game's what's Peyton having for lunch today.
Ooh.
What Zach said?
No.
He said it's almost like the game is what's Peyton having for lunch today.
I just need Zach. It's just an observation.
Don't be mean to Peyton, Zach. Don't worry, Peyton. I still love you. All right.
It's fine.
Hey, I'm sending kisses. All right, I'm sending kisses.
I'm sure you are.
Alrighty.
It's fine. I'm already crying. It's cool.
All right,
It's
well,
fine.
You made
now
him
that
cry.
Peyton's
You made him
crying
cry.
on that terrible bombshell equipment rumors, it is time to end. So we will see you next time.
Hopefully this episode makes it. We'll see ya. Go Pucks.
I'm not